guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you a dish that in Italy we call uova alla purgatorio. In English, it translates to eggs in purgatory. I don't know if you've ever heard of this dish before, but if you're from Italy or you know anything about Italian food, then you know that this is a very well-known dish that we absolutely love. And I've mentioned this a bunch of times here that in Italy, like as a kid, I grew up eating eggs for dinner instead of for breakfast. So this was a dish that was on the table quite often because my mom usually used like leftover marinara sauce or Sunday sauce or any sauce she had left over. But the ingredients you're gonna need are super simple. You're just gonna need some passata or any tomato sauce, chopped tomatoes, canned tomatoes, you name it, whatever you like. I'm using a couple slices of bacon, chopped, some eggs, fresh parsley, chopped, a pinch of hot pepper flakes, some garlic, salt and pepper, and you're gonna need some Parmigiano Reggiano. That's gonna come in a little bit. So let's get started. It's really simple. I've got a large pan here, preheating over about medium heat. I'm gonna add my bacon. I'm not adding any olive oil, just because the bacon renders out some of its own fat, and that's what I wanna cook the sauce in. Now, the bacon is kind of my addition to it. The more traditional version doesn't have bacon in it, but I remember when I was a kid, if my mom was gonna make it from scratch without using like leftover sauce, she always did a little bit of pancetta, which is really good. And if I had it on hand, I would use it. But today I'm using bacon because that's what I have. And I do really like the note of smokiness in the background of the sauce. And I think that, you know, bacon and eggs, classic combination. Maybe not an Italian combination, but it's a classic combination. So I'm just gonna wait for the bacon to cook up and render some of its fat and crisp up a little bit. My bacon's cooking up nicely. It's got a little bit of fat rendered out, which is perfect. I'm gonna add in my hot pepper flakes because I want this to be a little bit spicy, and my garlic. And this is gonna cook for literally 1 more minute until the garlic is kind of cooked out that raw taste, and the bacon's a little bit crispier, and then we'll be close to adding we'll be ready to add our passata. I'm gonna add in my passata. I'm not adding all of it. I'm probably just gonna add about 2/3. That's good. Oh, I love that. Every time I can find passata made from San Marzano tomatoes, you know I'm getting my hands on it because it is just the best. It's really sweet. Now I'm gonna season this with some salt and pepper. Go easy on the salt because you've got that bacon that's a bit salty. So don't oversalt it. Perfect. Give this another stir. Okay, I'm gonna partially cover this. Put it on medium low, and I'm gonna let this simmer for about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna add in our final couple ingredients, and we'll be close to eating. It's really simple, really easy, and I'm famished, so I'm ready for this to get done. Oh, that's looking perfect. I'm gonna add in my parsley. You can also use basil if you want to, doesn't really matter. Whatever you've got will work. Okay, that's perfect. Let me just turn this up a little bit. Great, now, I'm gonna crack each egg into a little ramekin. You can also do this in a mug. And I'm gonna drop each egg, turn that down a little bit actually right now. Drop each egg in the sauce. That's it. It's that simple and that easy. Once all your eggs are in, you can also add more eggs to this, of course. I'm gonna cover them with some Parmigiano. Do my best to cover them anyway. And then just put the lid on and let this cook for 3 minutes on medium heat. And when it's there, we are ready to serve, baby, because I am so hungry because it's late. We're having a late dinner, but it's gonna be a really good dinner, easy and fast dinner. Wow, that looks amazing and smells even better. Now, I'm gonna be honest, most of the time I serve this with just a really good piece of baguette or any good crusty Italian bread just to soak up all those juices, or that sauce. But what I also do sometimes, which is what my mother did, is serve it over rice. Now, I'm serving it over some cooked brown rice that I cooked up earlier, but you can pretty much use any kind of rice you want. A little bit of couscous would be great, some farro would be really lovely. Again, my mom always used rice, so that's what I'm using today. I'm gonna just, look at that. I mean, that is so yummy. If you want your eggs cooked longer, cook them longer. If you wanna cook them less, cook them less. I mean, it's just, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just really, really good and simple and easy. I mean, I know, like, it's one of those things like you get home from the airport, if you've traveled somewhere and all you've got in your house are some eggs, maybe a can of sauce somewhere or a jar of pre-made sauce or some leftover sauce in the freezer. You've got to have some sort of dried pasta or rice in the cabinet in your pantry. Boom, dinner. Just give this a try, shall we? I really want to get to the yolk. You see how the yolk is perfectly set? It's not runny, although it could be if you cooked it a little bit less, but this is how I like it. It's going to be hot, so just give me a minute. So hot. I really love the smokiness of the bacon in the background. A little bit spicy. This has it all. This has it all. It's easy. It's good. Lovely contrast of flavors. Everything you're looking for in a good bite. How easy is that? Go to laurinthekitchen.com if you want to get the written recipe. However, you can make this up as you go just because it is really simple and it uses things you've got laying around, whether it's a homemade sauce or not. You do what you got to do when you're hungry. Am I right? I hope you enjoyed spending time with me and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.